In this video, we are classifying triangles. They can be named after their sides or they can be named after their angles. So triangles can be named using their vertex labels as well. So a vertex is this little corner. These are the vertices of our triangle. So we can name that triangle, there's the triangle symbol there, triangle A, B, C, because those are the vertices. Triangles can be classified by their side length. So what type of triangle are we talking about? A scalene triangle, all three sides are different. All three angles are different. So if I measured this angle, it would be a different angle than this angle, which would be a different angle than this angle. So scalene is the oddball. Everything is off. Everything is different. Now, an isosceles triangle, that has some things that are the same. It has two sides of equal length, which is what those two lines mean. And these two dots signify that those angles are equal to each other. This one isn't. And so if we have two sides that are equal and two angles that are equal, we have an isosceles triangle, classifying it by its side length. An equilateral triangle has equal sides. All three sides are equal, and that makes all three angles equal, and they will always equal 60 degrees, no matter what size equilateral triangle you have. Now, there's also three other words we need to learn. You must know the words scalene, isosceles, and equilateral, and how to apply them. That's how we name them by their sides, these triangles. We can also classify triangles by their interior angles. Interior angle, exterior angle. So the inside angles of these triangles, if there's an acute angle in here, all angles are acute rather, every single one of these angles is acute, then that is an acute triangle. So we're looking at the angles, not the sides now. A right triangle has one right angle. It can only have one. And an obtuse angle has one obtuse angle. The other two will be acute, but it doesn't matter. This one obtuse angle makes it obtuse. So the other three words that we must know and understand are acute, where all sides are acute, less than 90 degrees. Right has a 90-degree angle, and obtuse is greater than 90 degrees in one of the angles. The parts of an isosceles triangle are named as shown here. The base angles, okay, here's the base, and the base is where is the line, sorry, the side that contains both of those equal angles. Then the legs are the two sides that are equal to each other of an isosceles triangle, and then the apex is the pointy that is opposite the equal angles. So the base angles are the equal two sides down at the base, and then the legs are the sides that come up from the base to the apex. Sides of equal length are indicated by these matching markings as I showed you. Now there's one more thing for you to go and look at. So you're going to classify these triangles, and we'll do that together, and then you're going to go and have a look at the textbook for the same thing, and you're going to look at this example of how to draw a triangle, because the video is really good for you, better than one that I can make right now. So let's go back and do what we're doing. We're going to classify A by its side length. Is it scalene, isosceles, or equilateral? I'm going to say it's isosceles because it has these two sides that are equal. It hasn't indicated that these are equal to each other, but I know if I've got two equal sides, then I've got an isosceles triangle. So let's work out how to spell it. I-S-O, another S, C-E-L-E-S. So there's three S's in isosceles. And that's number one. And number two, I want to classify them by their angles. So an isosceles triangle doesn't look like it has anything that's bigger. I can measure and find out. There's no right angle, and there's nothing that's as big as an obtuse angle, which would be greater than 90 degrees. So I'd say everything is acute. So A is an acute isosceles triangle. For B, looks like we don't have two sides that are equal. At least it's not indicated by these. I can measure and find out. So what we're going to do is we've got, it looks like, oh, if I measure them, they're all different. So it's not going to be isosceles. It's not going to be equilateral. Our choice is scalene. And look at the spelling of scalene, like a scale. And let's see, is it going to be acute? Certainly not, because I can see that there's an angle there that's obtuse. And that puts right out of it because the other ones can't be right angles. So that makes this an obtuse, because of this one angle, scalene triangle. Now remember to go back and watch this video on the textbook, because that's going to be really helpful. The video is here. That's going to be really helpful for you to do your assignment.